Hello, viewers, listeners, and friends. We are Controllers and Katanas. I am Martin, aka Marty Gould, here with my good friend and co host, Ian, aka Relic. And today we bring you episode 16. And
Big boys,
today,
well.
yeah, 16. It's come a long way.
That's mad,
But
isn't it?
we're going to. But first, we're going to start off with anime. We've been watching Suicide Squad, Isekai. So we're going to get Ian to start us off with episode 2. So far away, Ian, when you're ready.
Yeah, again, this episode sort of follows on from the first episode in terms of like how paced it is. So it's more of a build-up episode again, sort of building around the Isekai, what's happening, why they're there, that sort of thing. So this one starts off with essentially the royal family and the royal guards of the Isekai world, and you instantly see straight away that they just hate the peasants. Like they're going through the town, they're just pushing them all out the way. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's the queen! It's the queen!" Like, get out of the way. But yeah, obviously the queen in the kingdom. It's just as we mentioned last episode. It's a very generic isekai world, which I know exactly that's what they're going for, and they confirm that this is what they're going for with Clayface, who's basically saying how it's a generic isekai world because obviously he knows all about it. So they're in basically they're in a prison, aren't they? So
that first bit reminded me. I don't know if you've ever seen any videos on Facebook or on YouTube where, like, guards in London, if people stand in the way, mate, they're just going to go through them.
yeah,
And it reminded me of that first bit where the guards just like, move out the way, peasants, just like knocking them everywhere, like, get out of the way. It just reminded me of that.
Absolute thrashing them, mate.
Yeah, smashing them up.
Yeah, it's one of them typical worlds where obviously the peasants aren't really worth anything. But yeah, as I say, they're in prison at the moment, and Clayface makes me laugh because he's like, "Oh, it's just generic," basically, and says like, "Oh, we're gonna have to just change the script." And then he just starts narrating what an isekai is, to like everyone else knows what an isekai is. So Clayface is definitely knows what's up in these worlds. But they're in prison, and these like ogres and like all sorts of different like creatures and species and everything in there, isn't they?
Yeah.
And they have that proper prison brawl, don't they?
Yeah, it's got that big, it's like a big, is it an ogre or an orc?
Yeah, it's a big ogre thing, isn't it?
Trying to like be the big boy, and you're like, oh,
yeah.
And he's talking nonsense, and because they can't understand him.
Yeah, they have no idea what he's saying. Like, it literally makes no sense at all. And Harley Quinn just tanks one, mate. Like, she's not even bothered, mate. She's a proper nutter, isn't she? Typical Harley, mate.
Clayface is like, I can read the room or whatever, let me talk to her. And he's like talking to him. And he gets smashed out and he's like knocked out for the whole battle. It's just like, bang!
Just murk him out instantly, one by him, don't they? But Peacemaker, he's an absolute G as well, isn't he? He gets two of them in the headlock. He's just got two in the headlock. Like. And then you got King Shark's just fast asleep. He's not even aware of what's happening at all. But essentially they have this massive brawl, and the Isekai world they're in, they have these like this magic abilities, I suppose, in a sense, haven't they? That dispel their abilities. So obviously, like anyone, Harley Quinn sort of not so much because she's not really got any special abilities, but the other people like Clayface and that sort of thing, it stops them from using their abilities, and obviously that's a big issue for them because obviously they need their abilities. However, Rick Flag's rolled up now, mate. And most people who don't know who he is, they'll know him if you've seen the first Suicide Squad movie. He's the dude in like he wears like a yellow t-shirt in the movie, and he like escorts them around and everything, and obviously takes them through the mission and stuff in the first movie, which weren't very good. But he's in that, and obviously he starts sort of like filling them in on what's happening. So yeah, he fills obviously all in the squad and how they aren't the only people there to be sent to the world. King Shark's obviously woke up and he's starving at this point. So they're telling them like, oh look, there's other teams here. Who's leading you? Is Katana leading you? And they're like, what? No, like, what are you on about, mate? Like, we're just knocking about ourselves. The ship's half blown up on the other side of the island, like.
They mentioned the leader, didn't they? They mentioned the leader that I can't remember his name, but he died, didn't he, in the plane crash?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, whoever was supposed to be leading them is just dead. Yeah, he obviously died in the helicopter. But yeah, so he's obviously filling them in and letting them know what's what about the world and sort of giving him a sense of who's there. And obviously he was part of a team and part of leading a team, which he was like in the movie. And obviously he's been caught. And King Shark, as I say, basically wakes up at this point. He's absolutely starving, and he just headbutts the door clean off, doesn't he?
Yeah, because he wakes up and obviously he sees like a group of humans, and he's like, "Oh, I'll eat them all," kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then Rick Flag's like, "Oh, behind that cell door, there's some food."
Yeah, some food. Get behind there, quick, mate, quick.
So smashes his head on the door, doesn't it? And then they manage to escape, and then all mayhem breaks loose, something because Clayface uses his like ability, but it's like
it's enhanced.
It's amplified, isn't it? Because of the world, the magic world.
Obviously, they're in an isekai world, which is like there's natural magic and stuff within the world anyway. So it's obviously boosted up their abilities.
Yeah.
And
he unlocks all the cells, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's pretty sick, to be fair, because Harley's basically immune to the dispel ability they use. And also the princess, mate, she looks like Cinderella for some reason, like dead bad, like got dead similar clothes to like Cinderella and that.
Yeah, it's just a bit like Harley Quinn, to be honest. I was like,
yeah. Like she's got the same sort of dress and everything. Like it's a proper typical like Disney type princess, isn't she? But obviously they then start this massive thing, this big uproar, start letting all the cells free. They start a massive prison takeover. And they essentially just take over the entire prison, and it ends with just Rick fuming, doesn't it? Like he's not happy at all, mate. Ian.
Yeah, because in the first bit with the council meeting with the Queen and the Princess, there's a hero in the hero of a realm. I think his name's Cecil or whatever.
Cecil, yeah.
Cecil, yeah. He says, "Oh, these people who came to our land or realm, these Suicide Squad, they could help us." With our problems. And also the princess says it as well, but the queen shuts them both down because she's a horrible cow. But then in secret, obviously the princess meets the Cecil and goes, "Oh, go and get him. I want to have a meeting with him." And then he goes to the prison and he just sees it overrun, and it's like, what on earth's going on here? They literally took over the whole prison.
It's like graffiti everywhere and everything, isn't it? Like if someone managed to like proper trash the place in like the space of like a day.
Or make it their own kind of thing.
Yeah, I think the main thing you find out is that obviously Peacemaker's keeping a timer in his head, and they've only got so many days before they explode. So like he's counting down. He's like, "Look, I'm telling you now, we've got like 39 hours and 27 minutes and 62 seconds." Obviously not 62 seconds, but you know what I mean. He's just saying random numbers, isn't he?
Yeah. It was a good episode. I did like the animation again with the fighting in the prison cells and stuff.
Yeah, I thought the fighting was a lot better in this episode, I thought, in terms of smoothness and its quickness and stuff versus last episode. Yeah. But obviously, with it being another build-up episode, I think come next episode and onwards now, we're going to get a lot more action, I think. Now they're finally out of the prison. Now they've found out that their abilities are a lot more enhanced and stuff like that. I think it's going to start getting a lot more interesting from this point, so...
Yeah, I'm excited to see what other teams are in the realm as well. Like other teams that have been sent by Amanda Waller. I'm looking forward to seeing that. That'd be good.
And especially to see what their amplified abilities are as well.
Oh yeah,
that'll be sick. So I think there's going to be some good scraps in this to come, mate.
Yeah, I'm ready for it, mate. I'm ready for it.
Always, mate.
Should we move on?
Yeah, man. Blue Lock? So as you all know, we've been catching up on Blue Lock because our aim is we're going to watch 3 episodes of Blue Lock every week. We're going to review them on the podcast, and then come sort of like October or whenever the next season comes out brand new, we'll obviously pick the new season up and be discussing that week by week then. So neither of us have watched Blue Lock before, so it's obviously new to us. And as you know from last week, the first 3 episodes sort of like, sorry, I got hiccups, hooked us. So we really, really like, by the 3rd episode, we was very intrigued on what was happening and obviously how they were progressing. And so I'll let you kick off episode 4 on this one, mate.
Yeah, so last week they had the first match, didn't they? Team Z had the first match. It didn't go too well because they're all strikers on the team and they've all got big egos. They all want to be number one. They all want to be the main striker, and they didn't really teamwork, so they ended up losing. And at the end of it, Jinpachi says, like, find your weapon or ability. You all have different types to find it. And then this episode starts off with the main character is eating his food, isn't he? He's thinking about the strikers on the team, isn't he? Isagi, yeah.
Yeah.
He's thinking about the other people on the team and what they've got, their abilities and their weapons, and that he doesn't have one. And his confidence is literally rock bottom, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And then we have Kunigami, it's like ginger ale, isn't he?
Ichigo from Bleach, isn't it?
Yeah. He talks to him and thanks him for the goal assist from last match. And then even though they lost, they get these points for scoring goals.
Yeah, so Kunigami's got like a nice meal, hasn't he?
Yeah, he gets a steak come out. This mouth-watering steak. It looks so nice. And obviously, because he assisted with the goal, he shares it with his friend. And we go into like a bit of a backstory, don't we, with the Kunigami. When he was younger, he was sitting in front of the TV and rather like wanted to be a hero from like RPGs and fantasy worlds. He just wanted to be the superstar footballer, didn't he? He wanted the honour and glory that he brought. And so his dream was to always be this hero in football, and he never kind of strive from it. So they're discussing trying amongst themselves, having a bit of a bonding session. And then they discussed what happened in the previous match, and they kind of figure out that Izugi's ability or weapon is reading the game, knowing where to make the correct pass or shot that could lead to a goal. And then we have this funny animation, don't we, where they both literally try the steak for the first time. It's so funny. Like, both being blown away.
They're cheering on, they're like, "Yeah, you have some," and there's like, "If you don't eat it, I'm going to eat it as well." It's so nice. It's so nice.
I'm just like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah, they're absolutely loving that. It does look nice, to be fair, though.
I mean, saying like, Izugi's like his meal's been was like rice and miso soup.
Yeah, proper like peasant food, innit?
To get a steak after all that time would be amazing. I mean, I love steak anytime, but to get that steak right there.
Oh yeah, after all that little grovel peasant food.
Yeah, that prison food. Yeah. So then we have another match, don't we? So the team come up with a new tactic. This is where they find a way to all work together. They're knowing that the stakes are high at this point, and if they lose again, that's it. They're done. So each of the strikers gets this short time up front, don't they? And the rest of the team have to adapt and benefit to the style of play of their players. So, for example, like Miguru's like good at dribbling, Kunigami's good at like long shots. So they're trying to put this formation in place. The match starts and it seems to be going well. Not much effort's needed, but then the opposition like kind of draw them in and lay this trap. And then suddenly they're counter-attacked, and their top scorer of the other team, Kawara, I think his name is, who's been quiet all match, suddenly like springs to life, and he just blasts the goal in the back of the net, and before they know it, they're 1-0 down, aren't they? And then, what is it? And then, because they go 1-0 up, then they're like, oh, we'll just waste time now. And they start passing around at the back. And it reminded me, I was thinking, it was like, this reminds me of how England play.
Literally is the same, man.
I was like, just boring, passing around at the back, which was time wasting kind of because they're like in the lead. And then the team think, oh, we need like a more aggression. That's our new plan. We need more aggression. Try and get the ball back off them. So Izugi targets the man on the opposite team who seems to be calling the shots for Team Y. A man named Nico seems to be the talisman. They shut him out, and then they have this new character introduced, Gagamoro. He's literally a brilliant character. He's the kind of character like a player that puts his life on the line for the cause. So there's this part where he goes for the ball, but he misses it, and he scrapes his face all over the floor. And then another one where he collides with the post, but he managed to grab an equaliser for the team, so that's pretty decent. And then we go to episode 5. So it's still the same match. Izugi's still all over Nico, block his attacks, stopping all of his moves, really. Nico explains to Izugi that his ability or weapon is that he can also read the game, and he plans and moves accordingly. So Team Z commit too many people forward again in the attack, and then Nico unleashed a special team move called time limit counter, and all of a sudden, Team Z is on the back foot, chasing the whole team as they charge towards the goal. And you think it's all over, but then Easy releases this monster inside. You kind of see his eyes like go all black, and this monster's been unleashed inside of him. And then he manages to get back and block a shot, and then turn around. He tells us that Nico is like, yeah, we are similar. I can also read the game, and then he kind of just blasts it up front, doesn't he?
Yeah, he goes beast mode, doesn't he? Like proper beast mode, mate.
So he blasts the ball up to who was it? He blasted the ball to Kunagami, who passes it to Migoro, I think it is, and then he does like all his dribbling skills, gets past a few players, and then he crosses it into the box, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
And then Gagamoro kind of goes for the header, but he misses it. It's like, oh, you missed the cross. And he's like, no, mate. And we find out that Izzy's literally run the whole pitch. Remember, he's still in beast mode as well, so he's run the whole pitch.
It's like, I won't look for him, mate.
Yeah, he managed to run the whole pitch, gets the ball and just blasts it in the back of the net.
Yeah, basically, like his weapon is like he's just got sick football IQ, and he knows he can like see plays that are like going to happen, and he can see plays like other things as well that are going to happen on the field. He's got the ability to like read the pitch as opposed to just in front of him. So he's sick.
But I like the bit at the end of this episode is rather than celebrating with his teammates the goal, because obviously 2-1 up now, so we're about to win.
Yeah, you've got to appreciate the commitment of that white hair dude, though. He just dives everywhere and face plants all the time, doesn't he?
I mentioned that earlier. He like, hits the post.
Yeah, literally. He hits the post to that last one, and then even in this one, he flying heads and just face plants the floor, doesn't he?
Yeah, literally. This player as well, Gagamoro. He literally got scrapes all over him, hasn't he? He's got cuts, blisters, all everything because he's put his soul and life on the line. For the
he's loving life, mate. He's loving life.
But like I say, I like the end of this bit because rather than celebrating with his teammates, Izegi like walks through all the defeated opposition on the floor, and he gets this like feeling he's confused by, and he's like, "Oh, I really like this feeling," and the feeling is that he's ruined people's dreams of being footballers.
Yeah, he literally.
And he actually loves it. It's like
mad, isn't he? He's mad that he's got this ego now. He's got this mad like. He's proper ego driven. Obviously, that's the point of the entire thing, isn't it? They've all got massive egos, but then like within their team, they're all becoming sort of like friends, and they're becoming like a good team, like a tight unit. So it's almost like they're going to end up at a point where it's not going to be the best striker. They're just going to build like a top team, I think, and then it's just, that entire team's going to be like Japan, mate.
I've just obviously shown this ego that Jim Patchy's looking on the monitors, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
I'm this dude." And then after the team wins, we have this. It cuts to a scene where they're all like bonding over meals, and all giving each other's like sharing each other's meals and having this like good bonding.
Yeah, they've obviously like we mentioned on the other one where they got that steak, and he was that Kunigami or whatever his name was sharing the steak. They've obviously, because they got 2 goals, they got like more steaks, so they're all sharing the steaks, aren't they?
I like I can't remember the guy. Who's the guy with the lowest score? I can't remember his name.
Oh, the one with shaved head, get buzz cut head.
Yeah, he's like, "Do you want some of my onion?" And the guy's like, "No, you keep that. There's a garlic in there."
Yeah, garlic.
Like, no one wants that.
No one wants that. You trust me, pal. You can have that one. And then obviously they get this. The ranking changes, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
And now Isagi's the number 1 ranked on Team Z. So on their team, he's now the best player on their team, or the highest ranked player on their team. And it's obviously because of his. It's not necessarily because he scored a goal. It's because obviously he's almost becoming the captain, isn't he? He's almost becoming the leader. But on one of the parts that proper made me laugh, mate, is the part when they're talking about Messi. Mate, them drawings looked absolutely nothing like Messi, mate.
I've literally got it here. I was like, what was it like? Shows Messi again. Looks nothing like him.
Messi who, mate? It's not Lionel Messi. It's some random other bloke, mate.
But yeah, probably like a little brother or something.
Yeah, it must be.
But yeah, Jim Patchy explains the importance of polishing on your abilities. So they find their weapons now, but now they need to polish them and perfect them. Because you mentioned obviously Messi's got different talents. He's got a good left foot and stuff like that. So he needs to now try and polish his abilities. Never have seen where he's like trying to think of how he could polish his ability. And he realised as he watches everyone else like working out and like training, he realises his stamina and his physique is lacking. So he gets on the field and he starts running.
He starts doing
get some sweats. Get some sweats going.
That's one of the notes I put. Like everyone on that team's dead unfit, mate. They play like for 10 minutes and they're all like proper sweating and like done in straight away, aren't they?
And these are like top strikers in Japan.
Yeah, they're meant to be like some of the best striker prospects, and they're all proper unfit.
But yeah, then we have a scene where like obviously the main character's top of the class, and obviously the whole team want to compete against him because now he's the top, and it really shows you a point where like at the start he was literally his career was over on it. Like he lost.
Oh yeah, right at the start he was proper down in the dumps. He
just
literally
in tears.
Yeah, he hated it. He thought he was worthless. He thought he was rubbish at football and all that sort of stuff.
And now we've seen his chance to be like kind of reborn in Blue Lock, and that kind of ends the episode there, which I thought was pretty decent. So then we got episode 6, mate. Do you want to start this off,
mate? This one shook me, mate. This one, I'm not even gonna lie.
I know what you're gonna say.
You came up and was like, "Oh yeah, that the guy with the long hair, mate. He's scoring some banger goals. He is." And I was like, "You've not finished that episode yet, have you, mate?" But yeah, the first thing of those twins, mate, on Team W look so stupid, didn't they?
Oh, one Yama brothers.
Yeah, they look so crap, mate. They're like a crap version of Guy and Rock Lee from Naruto, mate. You Google them, mate. Trust me. It's like
I know that guy.
Yeah, literally a worse version of them, mate. What are you doing?
One of them's got like a cheesy grin, like the Joker, isn't he? And then the other guy's got like the weirdest eyebrows I've ever seen. Like they're like the shape of like crocodile kind of.
Yeah, like dragon heads or something. Yeah.
It's like, what is that?
What I noticed, he's got the eyebrows, but the other one's got coloured side of his head's like that same colour, same shape as his eyebrows. So his brother's got hair is like a coloured part of his hair, the same shape of his brother's eyebrow.
So he's got what? So he's got
like crocodiles on the side of his head, mate.
Like eyebrows on the side of his head.
Yeah,
it's like a freak.
Proper weird, mate. But
so these guys are creepy, aren't they? Creepy,
yeah, proper weirdos. But basically, these two brothers are like absolute psychopaths, mate. Team W have basically they've not learned anything compared to obviously Team Z in terms of like teamwork or anything. And they just seem to be relying on these two absolute madheads to win. But obviously, I think they come together and they sort of figure this out straight away, don't they? And they're like, look, we need to shut these two down. If we can shut these two down, we're gonna smash it.
Yeah.
And then they got the guy with long hair. I can't remember his name. I don't write his name down, but
it's Chickadee.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Get jiggy with it. He's
Chickadee.
He's very good at jumping. Basically, that's his thing, isn't he? So obviously he gets into.
I was talking about someone else. But yeah, go on.
Oh, you know what I mean. He's meant to be their leader. He disappeared for a bit, didn't he?
Is it Q one? Isn't it? I think it's
I can't
Q1
remember his name at all, mate. I didn't even make a note of it. I won't be either. But the guy with the long hair, basically, he's dead good at jumping. He's just scoring back. He's just scored back-to-back bangers, mate. Like literally scored back-to-back bangers, and you're buzzing at this point, aren't you? Like I was like, yes, bro, this is sick. And then he gets onto this cheeky hat trick, and then you think, oh, 3-0 up. Like this is wicked. This is like they're doing really well. I think it's finally coming together. They're finding the strengths of obviously the teammates and all this stuff. This Team W have not learned anything. They're relying on these two guys, which they've done a really good job of shutting down. And then they concede 2 goals in minutes. Like, major yikes, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like, concede 2 in minutes. That is outrageous, pal. And now they're just falling apart. The long-haired dudes, they start clicking on. He's basically, like, missing headers. They're passing the ball to him and he's missing it, or he's doing really bad passes. He's getting, like, he's kicking it to the opposite team. He's done some Tony level behind the scenes betting or something. Proper rat. That's literally what I put, mate. Not even Tony in it, mate. But Isagi, mate, my man. My man Isagi, he's not stupid. He's onto him. He knows. He keeps looking at him going, what's going on here, mate? Like, literally, something's happening. Yeah. And then he goes to one of them gets a sick crossing, basically, don't they? And he misses a header on purpose. Yeah. And then Isagi's like, what are you doing, mate? Like, you've obviously just missed that on purpose. Like, what are you doing? And then you find out he's an absolute mega douche lord, mate. And he's like, basically, when he went away on one of the episodes, he apparently took a long shower. He made a deal with Team W that if they let him score 3 goals, because he knows if he scores a hat trick, he's going to go through if his team doesn't anyway, based on the goals alone. So he's made this thing where, look, if you let me score 3 goals, I'll just throw the game and I'll let you in. So they obviously find that out, and they're trying their hardest then to cut this guy out, because now all of a sudden they've got one extra player they've got to play against. So yeah.
You find it's right douchebag though, because like when they find out, it's like, yeah, I'm on a team full of idiots, and they fight, and you 10 will go out, and I'll just go through because I've got these 3 goals. So it's all right for me. And it isn't about, obviously, there need to be an ego. They need to have an ego, and he's got one. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to betray him.
But the game's running out. Obviously, it's not over yet. But the episode is, mate.
Bit of a cliffhanger.
I was like, for God's sake.
That bit at the end is like, Izugi's like, he was gullible, which allowed Q1 to easily betray the team. I was like, you bitch. Yeah. And then it ends, episode ends like that. So.
Fuming.
Can't wait for next week now.
I know, mate. That's it. We've got to smash another 3 now, haven't we? He's just not one of the boys, is he, mate? Do you know what I mean?
That episode though, like, you think it's all going well, and it literally just flips it on its head. It's like, what? And I really like that. I really.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I literally didn't expect it at all, mate. To be fair, but yeah, he's just not one of the boys, is he, mate? Do you know what I mean? I
mean, I did like his character until that point. You're like, what's going on? Like, this guy's cool. They're scoring all his headers, jumping really high, getting a hat trick. He's using his opportunity to do well, and then obviously betrays him. It's like, what?
Oh yeah, instantly hate him, don't you? Instantly hate him.
We had an introduction to that other guy, didn't we, in the episode? That Chickadee, the other guy.
Chickadee, that's what. The one with the pink hair, pinkish hair. He's like the prettiest man in Japan, mate. He is.
But he's like really quiet at the moment, and then we find out that but he gets talked about in Brothers, doesn't he? Like, oh, you got a glass leg or whatever, because we find out he tore his ACL.
Yeah, he knew him. He's also knew him, didn't he?
Yeah. So if he tore his ACL, and if you know footballers, that really is like a career ender, isn't it? So
just anyone who's in any sport, pretty much. Yeah, any sport that involves sort of like running or anything like that, it's just a serious injury. Yeah, it can be career ending. Yeah. Basketball players, they suffer from it quite a lot as well, and it is literally career ending for a lot of people.
So this guy is obviously, he's a bit nervous to like give his full potential, because, to give it all, because he don't want to like break his leg or do his leg in his career right there. So I'm looking forward to find out a bit more about this guy. So
yeah.
We'll see. Should be in the next couple of episodes.
I'll be finding more out in the next few days, mate.
I'm hoping he drop kicks one of them.
Oh, mate, that'd be sick.
Well, I know, man. Right, what do you want to do next then? What should we do?
Well, I was thinking the boys, mate.
Yeah. So this is episode 7 of The Boys.
Episode 7.
One more.
Got one more, which is as we're talking right now. So,
and the spoilers on Facebook already, which I've avoided.
Yeah, I've not looked at anything, and I refuse to look at any sort of thing. That Facebook's mate. Facebook's literally like the devil.
This week when I watched House of Dragon on Tuesday, it came out Monday, and literally Tuesday morning, I was literally like on Facebook just like scrolling through as you do, while you're drinking a cup of tea. Literally everywhere. I was like trying to avoid. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, this episode's explained. I was like, don't bother me. I haven't watched it yet. I'm just trying to flick through. It's dangerous.
Dangerous like territory. It is. It really is. But yeah,
do you want to kick this one off?
Yeah, I got no adverts this week as I watched the episode elsewhere. Wing wing. But what made me laugh, mate, is the proper mad brainwashed propaganda, mate, on the V Kids show with that puppet.
Oh yeah.
Also, I've noticed Ron's balls have started to actually drop as his voice isn't as annoying anymore.
I still find Ryan
like this anymore, is he?
I still find Ryan the character really annoying.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
His voice is gone, but
I think
his voice is going.
I feel like he's gonna pick up soon, and I feel like he's gonna turn on his dad, to be honest. But
I think it's just the actor who plays him.
Yeah, I know. He's got a stupid hairstyle as well. Just give him a modern haircut, like. Do you know what I mean? Just needs a normal haircut. Just give him a proper trim. But
take him to barbers, mate.
So basically, essentially, Homelander's losing faith in Sage. So I literally thought things are going to start getting messy soon, because obviously, because he's losing faith in Sage, his head's just going again. He's just going typical Homelander, isn't he? Like, he's going a little bit mad. But yeah, M's missus basically asks him to leave with them.
Yeah.
But right, there's some dodgy bits in this episode. I'm not even going to lie. So yeah, go on. I'll start picking bits up.
You know the Deep. He loves the sea life, doesn't he? He loves going to Sea Life Centre, and he loves the animals of the sea. So we have this bit. it's proper weird. So he's on the bed, relaxing on the bed with his octopus. Is it Ambrosius or something? I can't think it is. Ambrosia or something.
Yeah, Ambrosia.
Yeah, it's there, and she's like licking his arm and like sucking his arm, and it's like on his arm, like really weird. And they're talking about that while they're doing that sexually and stuff like that.
It's proper grim, mate.
And then the Deep gets a text on you from Sage, like for some action.
Yeah.
Suddenly, it's quickly like, yeah, get back in the cupboard or whatever. That
just chucks it straight back in the.
It's like, well, where are we going? It's like shutting the door and stuff like, shut up. Yeah, so he's cheating. He's cheating on the octopus, which is weird to say.
It's outrageous, though, isn't it? Let's be honest, mate.
Cheating is cheating, isn't it?
That's it, mate. But yeah, so obviously you get this point as well where M's wife's asking him, look, leave with them. He should really, to be fair, let's be honest, just get gone and leave it behind, because he's probably going to end up dead just from his heart alone. Like, he's going to have a heart attack or something, isn't he? And that's it. He's going to be done and dusted. But so obviously he's on an R in this situation he's in, where he's thinking, well, my wife and all my missus and my kid want me to go away with them. So he's in a bit of a dilemma, really, because obviously, as much as he wants to do that, he is at the same time. He's obviously he's put himself in with the boys, and he's got this commitment with the boys, and obviously with, I suppose at this point with the president and everything, hasn't he? He's got this really big commitment, so he's unsure on what he's doing at this point. And then you got Ashley just firing people so they don't have to deal with Homelander's shit, which I respect. I respect that. She's like, look, I fired him because I like him. Like, I don't want him to work here because it's horrible. Like, and she's just hammered at 11 o'clock in the morning as well at work.
Yeah, she's losing, isn't she?
Yeah, I think she's going to end up dead by the end of this season. I think, I feel like something's going to happen to her. Whether it's self-inflicted or not, something's going to happen, isn't it? I put down here as well, Butcher dresses like the old man from Home Alone. You know, the old man who shovels snow outside, mate? That's Butcher, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, so we find out Butcher comes back down to the office. And he reveals to the boys, he's like, yeah, I kidnapped Shamir, and I'm getting him to cook up like some new virus.
Yeah.
And then obviously they find out he cut his leg off, didn't they? Like, what, he cut his leg off?
You're a lunatic, mate. What are you doing?
Then he tells them about this virus that can cause genocide. Obviously, none of them like that. And they're like all like kicking off kind of thing.
Yeah, well, you got two of them as soups, aren't they?
Yeah,
Kimiko,
and it says he can't be created without help. And then we have Frenchie come back in, don't we?
Yeah.
Fresh from prison.
Fresh from
strings.
the cells.
Few strings have been pulled against his will. He's kind of working to make a new virus, but only enough to kill Newman. and the Homelanders will have to wait.
Yeah, they're gonna have to figure something else out with him.
And then the Frenchie tries to talk to Kimiko, and Kimiko's like having none of it, like, nah, mate.
Get gone, bro. Get gone. But
the cold shoulder.
You got Jeffrey D. Morgan as well, mate, spitting facts in the back of Butcher's mind, mate. Confused, obviously, because at the start he literally hates all soups. Butcher didn't he? Literally hates all of them. And obviously over time, I say he's gotten soft, but I think you can appreciate his development as like an actual human person who feels empathy. That he's like over time thought to himself, do you know what? Not all soups are Homelander, because you've got Kimiko who's like quite, I know she's a trained killer, but she's quite kind-hearted and she's like good with her friends and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's quite cool to see that he's grown as a person as well.
I think Kimiko as well is one of my favourite characters in the show.
Yeah, she's sick, mate. She's proper sick.
Yeah. I mean, I did like Frenchie, but he's got off a bit of ball a bit, I think. But Kimiko's always...
He's just... Frenchie's just having issues, isn't he, mentally, basically. He's lost his head a little bit. I say that meme earlier, didn't I? It was like, there's only one French person in the show, and he's surrendered.
Yeah.
But then you get this scene where they're going to check out... they're going to a spot to check out, find some information. And there's like, they get into this like apartment building, in this apartment complex, and they basically hear a noise in this cupboard. They open it up and there's this like girl in there in like her underwear and in the top, and she looks like she's been kept against her will, and she looks like almost like a slave, really, in a sense, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Turns out. Go on, I'll let you.
I was just going to say just before that, they go to this apartment. There's nothing there. It's all empty, but they find this like drawer, don't they?
Yeah.
And they put it out and they find plans of where the president will like do a speech, and all the spots of where best to maybe assassinate him or take a shot. And then obviously you have the bit with the noise in the cupboard. But I'll let you carry on with that bit.
Yeah. So they basically they say, well, Starlight reaches her hand out and says, "Look, well, come on, we'll help you. Like, everything's going to be all right." And then this girl just starts bombing, mate. Like, gets Starlight's hand. So she grabs Starlight's hand, that is quite an imperative part of the information to know, is that she actually does get Starlight, or touch Starlight. And this shapeshifter's just bombing through this hallway, going down these stairs, just ripping the skin off of, like, I don't know if it's a man or a woman at this point, but ripping their skin off. Visually, it looks so real, didn't it? Like, just these chunks of like flesh coming off of the neck and off their arms and the face. She goes past this woman, it touches this woman, and by the time they're like chasing her, you've got Huey as well, being classic Huey, mate, slipping over like flesh and blood on the floor and falling downstairs and stuff. He's getting done in by nothing, mate. Again, basically.
How has he survived to like season 6? Like,
he's mad, isn't it?
He tripped over a forklift. He slips on a bit of meat on the stairs.
That's just this season, mate, as well, isn't it? Like,
he's death walking, mate.
The only thing he's done is mess his dad up and murk his dad off, like.
Yeah, so this woman run past this old lady doing her laundry, isn't she?
Yeah, just chilling, isn't she?
It gets touched up by this woman, and then obviously she ripped all the skin off. We get to the bottom of the stairs, and they find out the woman's changed this old lady doing the laundry. And obviously, perfect choice for an assassination, a shapeshifter, isn't it? Perfect, mate. All Siege's plan.
Oh yeah, all mate, smartest woman in the world. But then you get this other scene as well where M and A Train are like, basically they're like having a feels battle, aren't they? Like, well, I think you shouldn't leave, mate, because I have this, and this. And M's like, well, I think I should leave, mate, because obviously I nearly died from a heart attack and that. And then the part that proper made me laugh, mate, and anyone who's listening to this will only understand what I mean. I think you'll only understand this if you're from like Britain, mate. But M says he's got nothing left, and in this like dead serious moment, all I can think about is Ian Beale from EastEnders. I've got nothing left. Like he's having this proper heart to heart and that.
Yeah, because Marvin explains on Mother's Milk.
Yeah.
He explains that this job pretty much killed his dad, killed his granddad before him, and literally just ruined his life.
Yeah, he's got nothing, mate. Like.
It's got nothing left.
To him, yeah.
I've got nothing left.
I've got nothing. He's literally he's killed his granddad, he's killed his dad, now he's killing him, and he's like, look, it's a serious moment, but anyone from the UK will understand that, and they'll probably have thought the same as well, mate.
You want EastEnders anyway. But
you don't need to watch it. You know the meme, don't you? You just know the meme. And then Homelander and Firecracker have got Web Weaver, and they're questioning him, like, obviously as the leak. They assume that he's the leak. The Web Weaver just keeps doing this like fart diarrhea web out of his web hole, like constantly, just like, I'm so sorry. Like,
Homelander's like, jeez. It's like, will you stop? Will you just stop?
Like, can you just stop it? He just shows you this sideways like profile of all this web just squirting out of his back.
I mean, the wall behind him is literally covered in it.
Oh, it's proper. It's proper stupid. But basically, they're like, he's apologising and all this stuff. And as far as they're aware, the way that Web Weaver's responded and it's what he's saying, he's making himself out as if he is the leak. And Randall literally grabs him, doesn't he? And just clean rips him in half, mate. Like, even Firecracker, even she's proper shook up, ain't she? She is. Like,
yeah, Web Weaver is a druggie, isn't he? So he's looking for his fix.
Yeah,
You're saying anything to get his fix.
And he just said, that's what he says, literally anything. Like, he was like, what's the thing with this Billy Butcher? He's like, he just brings me drugs, basically. That was it, isn't it?
And then, like, Homelander's literally like, useless and dead.
Oh, mate, sick to be fair.
I do like Homelander because he's just literally ruthless, isn't he?
He's mad.
That's what you need.
He's the perfect like antagonist, isn't he, for any sort of show. So good.
We got that love scene again, haven't we?
And we get this to
I'll let you tell us.
Well, the one I wanted to point out first is you get this. There's another scene just before that with Frenchie and Kimiko, and they're like having a bit of a chat, heart to heart with each other and stuff, aren't they? And sort of like building that relationship back up, and they're building the bond back, and that was nice to see, obviously, after everything that's happened. And it's just basically their entire conversation is about them forgiving themselves, not necessarily each other. Like, look, we need to forgive each other to be able to move on. But yeah, Deep and the Octopus arguing, mate. The Octopus isn't stupid, mate. She knows what's going off. She's found out that Deep's been cheating, hasn't he? Deep's been cheating on his octopus, mate. And they're basically arguing, and then he smashes the tank, and the octopus has this like dead dramatic, comedy type dying moment. So obviously she's not in the water anymore. The only thing that got me here is that earlier in the episode she's chilling on the bed sand. Yeah. And then in this part, she dies in like 40 seconds, mate. Like, but she's dying, mate. She takes these dead, loud, deep breaths, doesn't she? She's going, and then she'll stop, and then you'll think she's dead, and Deep's crying at the door, and then she just goes,
I love you, Deep.
Yeah, well, she says his real name. I can't remember what his real name is. Like Kevin or something. I don't know.
It might be, yeah.
Yeah, she's saying Deep's real name and stuff. And so
after he's killed her though, he like kind of gets his like new focus, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
And then he gets his commands from like his new commands from Homelander. And he's like, yeah, I'm ready to do whatever you want. I can kill anyone.
No, it's what he says. It makes me. It's I'll kill every fish in the sea or something like. I'll kill every fish in the ocean or something for you.
Yeah, everyone's like,
okay, like what?
What do you want about?
But yeah, now we finally get something that the boys is actually about, and we get some actual decent back and forth fights here, don't we? Because we get the Deep and Fate Noir against Butcher and Starlight, and they're having this proper back and forth. Butcher's obviously just getting absolutely battered. He's trying his hardest to get into this case and find these weapons and get these guns. He manages to get a shotgun. He gets the Fate Noir a couple of times with the shotgun. Obviously they're soup, so they're like pretty much impenetrable with bullets at this rate. But he's trying to get this massive Gatling gun thing out, isn't he? And then A-Train just comes in clutch out of nowhere, doesn't he? And then A-Train hits him, and then obviously Deep's like, wait, what's going off here? And then obviously A-Train, and Deep finds out A-Train's obviously the leak and all that sort of stuff. And then M comes in as well with a Gatling gun, mate. Like, it literally just obliterates their entire office building's gone, mate. Like, it's done. And it's not that it's attacking Noir, but he can't get further enough because it keeps knocking him back and back and back. And it literally just chucks him out the window, basically. And then Annie, of Starlight, finally did something as well. She picks up Deep by his gills. However, at this point, I thought it is Starlight. It still might be, I don't know, but she picks him up, Deep up by the gills, and just starts smashing him in, doesn't she? Absolutely battering him. Proper sick, mate, that scene was.
I like the bit when they come in. So Yui's gone off on it to speak to Newman, trying to plead her to stop the madness, kind of. But then we realise that she's too far in now. She can't turn back, kind of thing. So anyway, Butcher and Starlight come into the office and like, where's Yui? I'll try and ring him. And the Deep sitting in the chair and he's like, right, I've come to kill you or whatever. I'm sick of you. Then a lot of Butcher's replies like, and he sent you. You sure you ain't a bit too busy tonguing your octopusy?
Your octopusy.
It's just brilliant.
Oh, sick in Butcher.
It just gets the Deep straight away. He's like, no, who told you that?
What you don't know? What?
But yeah, that scene though was really good, and we find out Black Noir's narcoleptic, don't we? Because he's like,
he just falls asleep mid scrap, doesn't he?
But you know, the actor who plays him is actually narcoleptic in real life.
Oh, is he? Imagine if in that scene that was like real, like he actually just fell asleep during the scene.
Or some of the broken head, like what happened there? But yeah, that was funny.
This
like,
cat's narcoleptic.
Him and Butcher are just fighting, and then it's like he just falls asleep on the spot. Done. And then he gets back up and just throws Butcher through a table.
Yeah, proper just funny as own, mate.
Yeah, it's a really good scene. A really good fight scene. And then what do we have here?
Well, it gets to that bit where it goes back. So obviously, Homelander's like finds out obviously about A-Train, that sort of thing, and he's fake crying like, "How could he do this to me?" Like, and what Sage knew about A-Train, but essentially Homelander's arrogance has got in the way, and he's fired Sage, and then we get this proper funny moment, mate, where like. Sage is walking through the corridor, like, because she's been fired, and A-Train and Noir are walking back, like, yeah, we've just been on, like, a scrap or whatever, just returned from a mission.
Our brothers in it,
like,
where
are you going, Sage? And Sage is like, oh, Homelander fired me. And he says, and then Noir goes, oh, no, but we have something special, don't we? Like, as this little thing, like, come on, what we had was special. And then the Deep's like, wait, what? Oh, has she been making you doing a lobotomy and having sex with her? And Noir goes, lobotomy? Like, confused.
And I was like, bro. The whole show is like Deep getting trolled, isn't it?
It's literally every season Deep just gets bullied, doesn't it?
Oh, man, I love that bit.
Oh, it's proper funny. But then obviously we get this bit where the Newmans clicks back to Newman's husband. Kimiko and Frenchie have basically said, look, when what's his name? Samir, isn't it?
Samir, that's it, yeah.
When Samir's made the virus, we'll let him go. And then she's like, oh, Butcher wouldn't like that. And he's like, oh, fuck Butcher. Like, we'll do the right thing and we'll let the guy go. Samir's actually made the virus, but he fucking jabs Kimiko in the leg with it, the prick. Yeah. So luckily, because French is mad, and he's got like sick knowledge and obviously knows she'll regenerate, he literally saws her leg off before it spreads. So obviously they managed to save it. And they've kept Kimiko's leg in like a cooler with ice, haven't they? Because then they've basically tasked Frenchie to extract the virus. But they're almost back at square one because obviously this Samir's been doing this for like 4 episodes, hasn't he? In the background, really, like 3-4 episodes trying to figure out this virus and redo the virus. So we get this point as well where Ryan's listens to Homelander's voicemail, and obviously it pisses him off, basically, doesn't it? And so he listens to it, and he's a bit like, well, he doesn't say anything, but like in his face, you can just tell he's annoyed because obviously he's been told that he has his own voice and that he doesn't have to do what people tell him to do, and he can do whatever he wants to, and he don't have to deal with the bullshit of Vought and this proper propaganda like child brainwashing show. And then they're doing this show live on air, and then Ryan just like he's like, no, I don't agree with this, and he starts spitting facts in his less squeaky voice. And he even shouts out Butcher, doesn't he, on TV? But he starts talking about Christmas and how his mum loved Christmas and, like, she wouldn't agree with this. And, yeah, he starts listing loads of stuff off. And I honestly think that he's gonna go back to Butcher. And I think he's going to turn on his dad. I do, you know. But...
What do you think? Do you think Ryan will go back to Butcher, and then that will cause Homelander to just go mental?
Just to go mental. I think that's what'll happen because I think he already doesn't agree with a lot of the stuff. You notice that from like picking up on little like signals that he has and various like moments with with Homelander. I don't think he's on board. Certainly not with the Vought stuff anyway. Especially not the Vought children things and stuff because obviously it's just mad, innit? Like teaching kids stupid, about all that stuff's mental, mate. Like it's proper American.
Proper brainwashing, yeah.
But you get this moment where Yui gets this little bit of a wet dream, doesn't he? And then it cuts to him like outside of his body asleep, and Starlights gets out of bed, fully stalkers, goes over to this cupboard, opens it up.
It's not a wet dream, though, is it? It really happens, isn't it?
Oh, is it? I don't know. I thought it was a dream. It looked like a dream to me.
Yeah, because Starlight's acting a bit like weird, and she's like... Because earlier in the episode, she tells her to get rid of this like old Starlight outfit, and then suddenly she comes back in wearing it, and then they have this like love scene kind of thing.
Yeah, the reason I thought it was a dream is because I thought they did get rid of that outfit. That's why I thought they like binned it or something. But it likely was real, to be fair. Yeah. But essentially, what happens is Starlight gets up when he's asleep, goes over to this like safe, gets this laptop and all this like hard drive out, and then her eyes do this like thing, obviously to show that it's the shapeshifter. Yeah. But how long has the shapeshifter been Starlight for? Because Starlight's literally chained up in like a basement or something, isn't she? So
well, it's that bit after the fight they had. They go to that bar, don't they?
Yeah, so that's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, because the fan who comes up and gets a picture of Starlight, that's the shapeshifter.
Takes the photo, yeah.
Touches her and stuff, and then because at the end of the episode you see all the skin of that fan on the floor, so she literally
she's like different clothes or something as well. But obviously we've had an episode where Starlight's finally done something. That's my main takeaway from that episode. She's finally done something and then been chained up.
So I think going on to the next episode, which obviously is on Amazon now.
It's the finale, yeah.
Yeah, the finale, I think, obviously it's already kick off because obviously the shapeshifter's in Starlight's identity, and she's just going to cause all kinds of havoc, isn't she? Obviously, ruining the name of Starlight even more, but it's already been ruined, hasn't it? Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode, finale as well, which is emotional. So I think next week we're going to do a tier list, aren't we?
Yeah, we will.
The characters in this season.
From this season, yeah.
Yeah.
Which will be fun.
So, there's always an S rank for me. I won't tell you till next week. Oh,
yeah, always, mate, always. There's always a D rank from me, mate. The last thing we've got to talk about today is the House of Dragons, mate. Episode 5. Now, this episode, stuff's gone down, mate. Stuff's gone down and stuff's going down for next episode. Trust me, there's a lot of stuff about to happen on this show. And we're going to get some epic wars, I think, mate. Epic wars. But basically, it starts off with that poor bloke. He's mourning his legendary wife, mate, who's been done in battle. And one of the craziest parts of this episode, mate, for me, was them bringing that dragon's head through the town.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? That was mad.
I was like, even the public don't seem happy though. Loads of people are saying, "Oh, it's like a black omen." It's like, "Oh, dragons are
Yeah.
supposed to be gods." Like, people are not happy that they're disrespecting like dragons like this and stuff. And it's like, yeah, the townspeople aren't happy at all. And obviously, they've brought back Aegon. As we thought, we didn't think he'd died. To be fair, we discussed it last week, didn't we? We thought he was still alive, but he is grim, mate. Like he looks like burnt pork. Like he's proper grim, isn't he?
He looks like Deadpool, mate, without a mask on.
Proper bad, in it. Like the peeling, mate. It's when there was peeling his armor off, mate. I was like, it made me proper cringe. That did.
So I looked into a bit of this, and the bit where he's peeling his armor off. Obviously, it's Valyrian steel, so
yeah.
If it was normal armor and Dragonfire hit it, it'd literally be melted. It literally you wouldn't be able to get it off because it'd just be part of his skin. Like, but because it's Valyrian steel, they managed to kind of peel it off.
If it was normal steel, he'd be gone.
It looks grim. Yeah, you'd be gone.
He'd be literally.
He's got broken bones on it, and you see his legs getting put back in.
Back together. Yeah. It's bad. Jace as well.
Oh yeah.
He's still the drippiest member of this show, mate. His outfits are sick every single time. They're always like a dark black with like red on them and stuff. They're proper sick, mate.
I love this bit, like with Aemond and Alicent.
Yeah.
Like Alicent and Aemond, like they're standing over the bed. See, Aegon's done, mate. He's done in. But then like Aemond's like, someone's going to have to rule in his stead. Obviously, he wants a position.
Yeah. So he's done it. He's the one who put him in there. Do you know what I mean?
And then Alicent goes to because Alicent knows something's up. She goes to that Sir Christian and is like, "What happened to the king?" And this dude is the biggest question dodger in the Seven Kingdoms. Isn't he? He literally he won't give him a straight answer. Yeah, he won't give him a straight answer. Yeah, and like I say, Jace, looking slick, mate.
Slick as over, isn't he?
He wants to do his deed, doesn't he? So he goes on a bit of a side mission, doesn't he, to get some allies, really.
Yeah. Takes matters into his own hands because he's sick of sitting around doing nothing, and he wants to contribute, and he wants to be an upstanding citizen and an upstanding member of the Targaryen court. Yeah, he just wants to be a good bloke, doesn't he?
Yeah. I remember this bit with Daemon sitting on his dragon.
Trying to get to bend the knee.
Yeah, so he's there with Lord Blackwood, isn't he? He's on his horse, Daemon's on his dragon, and they're talking to the leader of the House Bracken, don't they? And the guy's like, "I'd rather die than bend the knee," kind of thing.
Yeah, we'd rather burn than bend the knee. We're not. They proper hate each other.
Yeah, this cool scene where he like turns round and walking off.
I made a note of that scene as well.
The dragon's face comes down and he's like, "Oh, they're dead, mate."
The scene is just literally him on his horseback, like facing the camera, and behind him, it's just the entire background is just the dragon's head in it. Like it's such a good shot, mate. That is so good. If I was that actor in real life, that'd be my profile picture. That would, mate, like 100%.
Well, not the cover picture, the one at the top.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
big ass dragon in the background. But yeah, you think, "Oh, this guy's dead. He's done that. This guy." But then you find out that Daemon let him go, and he says to Blackwood, "Is like, that's the kind of people I want. People who won't submit to anyone and just fight. Strong-willed, aren't they? Yeah." So then he gets this Blackwood to do some. It's like, everyone has like a price, and then he sends Blackwood off with his army to do some dodgy deeds on him, which we find out about later. You can just kind of like do whatever it takes, kind of thing, to persuade him. So we'll find out about that later.
Mate, we should normalise dressing how they dress in this show. I think you should be allowed to go to work wearing that like dragon armour and that. Daemon's dragon armour is so sick, mate, in this show as well. Like his proper shoulder pads and stuff. Honestly, I'll be dripping out every day in like Targaryen gear out.
You're coming to wear an armour, like. Oh, what's that?
What are you doing today, mate?
Valyrian steel, mate.
Do you not know? This is Valyrian steel from the House Targaryen.
You uncultured scum. You uncultured scum. But yeah, we have this bit where Rhaenyra's like frustrated because she can't join. She can't join in the fighting. She's the queen. She's got to stay back, hasn't she? and then the white worm. Is it Mysterio? I think her name was
Mysterio,
Mysterio.
mate. From Marvel, yeah. Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, mate.
Yeah, just 619. No, it's Mysterio, I think her name is. But she says, from this whole scene with Christian Cole, like leading that head through the streets and stuff.
Yeah.
That all these her followers or her loyal people are all in the shadows of the Red Keep, and they're all gossiping, and they're all like, all rumors are being spread, and the White Worm suggests like using them rumors to kind of start something big.
Yeah.
You know, in the shadows of the Red Keep. So she sends like an agent off, doesn't she? A bit like Assassin's Creed. Sends an agent on a mission. So yeah, so all this discontent, they're going to kind of feed it with
fuel
rumors.
The fire, aren't they, mate? That's exactly
yeah.
what they're doing.
And she says like at the end, she's like, "There's more than one way to win a war," and it's like I say, from the shadows, Assassin's Creed style.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this other bit, don't we? Damon having a sex dream
of his mum.
Yeah, but I think later on you find out he didn't even actually know.
He doesn't even know her, mate.
Yeah, so he's having this scene, and then at the end of it, you're like, who's this then? And it's like, oh, my favourite son. You're like, what?
You never even met him.
His mum.
Your brown bread law.
And it comes to the scene, it comes to reality, doesn't he? Have the sex dream. He's eating some duck, isn't he?
Oh, he's still off his head, isn't he? Proper.
Yeah, he's done that, mate.
He's being controlled by that druggy witch, isn't he? It's the only thing I can think of, mate.
Because as soon as he like starts eating, he looks up, doesn't he? And that Alison bird's like looking at him.
Yeah, she's
like glaring him out. So
yeah?
she knows something about. Good dream, sir. But yeah, but talk about the Aaron Hall, like, because it's in a mess, isn't it? It needs repairs all over the place.
It's just spinning off, isn't it? It's the easiest thing to do.
But they got like let's talk about back crap, don't they? They got back crap all in the corridors. And then they're like, I was like, I'll go and get some like good blacksmiths, and then they find out they ain't got any money because that Lord Laris has literally took all the money out of the coffers.
Oh yeah, and it's like he's done loads of work, hasn't he? And they've not paid him a penny for it.
No, not that guy.
Oh, you're about the Harrow one. Sorry, yeah.
The disabled. Is it Lord of Whisperers or something? In the King's Landing, he obviously owns Aaron Hall, and he's took all the money and left him with a pittance.
You're like the one on crutches.
Yeah, he's a good character, to be fair.
He is. Cheeky boy.
I like this bit with the council meeting as well. Aemon's they're all discussing who would take over. Now Aegon's like injured and stuff. Who's going to take over the council? Obviously, Alison wants to be in charge, but all the council are like, yeah, you were queen when it was a time of peace, but now we need, in a time of war, we need someone else.
Yeah, how's it going to look if it's two women scrapping? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like now we need a strong leader and a dragon rider. And then Aemon's sitting there, isn't he, like looking around, like, yes, it's definitely me, isn't it? And then they obviously all pick him, don't they?
Yeah, they vote for him. So Aemon's got what he wants. King Artichoke head, mate. Absolute stupid head on him, mate. Alicent's fuming, but he basically, one of the most outrageous things he does, mate, is lock the city down.
Yeah.
So basically, he's like, look, we lock the city down and get those, like, he basically says, get the rat catchers down. Which is probably a good start, to be fair, though, because they're just rotting in the sky, mate. Like, do you know what I mean? That's proper grim. But one bit, one bit on this episode made me sad, mate. That dog was still watching the rat catcher, mate.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
that shows you the loyalty of dogs.
It made me well sad. I don't know if you ever watched Futurama, mate, or if you're aware of Futurama, but there's an episode.
I've watched a few episodes.
There's an episode of Futurama, right, where, you know, Fry, obviously the main guy, he falls into the machine, and it's like a bit of a history about him. And his dog, he's got a dog as well, mate. And when he gets frozen, the dog waits for him every single day, mate, until it dies. And I was just like, that is proper sad, mate. Like, that's what this reminded me of. I was like, what a good dog, mate. Like,
yeah. So, yeah, the legendary. I put here, legendary dog. The loyalty of dogs is unmatched.
Yeah, what a good boy.
That's a lesson to take from this podcast. Dog's loyalty is unmatched. Then we have a scene where Damon actually reveals his true intentions, which we all thought all along.
Yeah, we guessed that. I think we mentioned it on an earlier podcast, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's one of our predictions was he's going to go there and take over.
He's going to take over, and then Rhaenyra will be by his side, so he'll be in charge, but she can rule, his side. But he will be the main, because he goes, men should rule, basically. Women shouldn't rule, that's what it is. A bit sexist, but...
yeah. It's different times. But the part in the city where everyone's trying to get out the gate, obviously everyone's fuming, mate. They're proper pissed off because obviously they want to get out. And let's be honest, mate, all they want is meat. They're just like going, mate, we want meat.
Yeah, because so their situation their situation is obviously Aemon's literally struck the city off, but outside of that, the sea snake's got that barricade, hasn't he, of his ships, which is blocking all trade, so they can't get any meat there. And then now the city's blocked off. There's no chance of getting food, and they can't leave. Then that guy's he's craving meat, isn't
he? Yeah, mate.
It's like me when I watched that episode of Blue Lock with that snake game.
Yeah.
I want meat. He could have shouted anything though, just like meat.
One of the things I did look at is that I was looking at some of the scenery when they're at the crossing, because that's a good scene, isn't it? Where they're at that crossing. Yeah. And Jace, I don't know what his full name is. I just keep calling him Jace. But obviously he's having that discussion with those two lords, I guess, the man and the woman, and he's got his dragon with him and everything, and he's being civilized. But when it goes round, I thought, the scenery there looks sick. Like, I'm a proper sucker when it comes to like nice scenery. Yeah. So I sort of Googling some of the filming locations. Mate, they filmed some of the stuff in Derbyshire, in the Peak District. I was like, what? That's, if for those of you who don't know, that's literally like less than an hour away from where me and Martin live, mate. Like, it's literally in Castleton as well, in Derbyshire. They filmed some stuff in Castleton in Peak District. Yeah, it's proper sick, mate. I was like, that is wicked, bro. I'm going to figure out all the Derbyshire filming locations, mate, and go for a little tour one day or so.
I know, me too. I like the point where they're like, obviously Vhagar's the big-ass dragon, isn't he? And they're like, they're literally in fear of him on. They're like, when he comes knocking kind of thing, what we're going to do kind of thing, Everyone's in fear of this like massive dragon. I mean, imagine being the rider for that. You'd be unstoppable.
Your ego, mate. Unmatched. But what was the old girl called who died in the last episode or whatever it was? Is it Rhaenys or something?
Rhaenyra, isn't it?
Well, she's her granddaughter, mate. I like her. She's well sassy, she is, isn't she? Baylor. She's sassy, mate. She is. She's a good character.
Yeah. Because we have that bit, don't we, where Baylor goes to her grandfather, which is the sea snake, because Rhaenyra's give her the hand, the position of hand,
to be hand,
the king, and then she'd give it to the sea snake to be hand, and it's a bit like it's like, no, I'm not interested kind of thing. Hasn't my family given enough kind of thing?
Yeah, but we're not given enough.
And Baylor's like, well, go and show your loyalty to Aemon or whatever. Go on then, go to King's Landing or whatever. Get out of the way.
Get gone, kid.
But they just actually take the position, didn't they?
Yeah, because obviously she teaches him that, like, look, it's all right you saying this, but your wife, she died for this cause. She supported this cause. You should do this. You're not doing this for you or the Queen. You're doing this to support your wife's wishes and what she wanted and what she was doing. So obviously he's taken position. They've sent Alfred, mate, to check on Damon, and Damon has about 15 pillows in his bed, mate. What is that all about? Why do you need that many pillows, bro?
It likes extreme comfort.
It's mad, mate. I was like, how? I literally said to Nat, I was like, how many pillows has he got in his bed? I swear to God, that is outrageous.
Maybe it's like when you get like you're in bed and you got like a hot pillow and you like a really cold pillow. Maybe just that. Like, he just throws that pillow to the side, gets a cold one. It's like, oh mate.
It's just constant conveyor belt alternating. It's like that all night, mate.
Where's that cold pillow? But we have a split where Aemon's looking at the throne and he's having a good old glare at the throne. The position where everyone wants in the realm, this Iron Throne. Then his sister comes along, who is also his wife. Aegon's wife, not Aemon's wife. Aegon's wife is like, was it worth the price? she knows where it's up to.
She's not daft, is she?
knows.
She's not daft. One of the plots that made me off as well was Damon, mate. Not only have they woke him up in the middle of the night, mate, or whilst it's pissing it down with rain, to have a meeting with him, they've then tore him an absolute new one about how much they don't agree with him and they hate it, blah blah. Now they're not going to help him, and then just dashed off, mate. Like that's proper scandalous. That is, mate. That is not on at all, is it? Being woken up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, because we find out that Damon sent House Blackwood to do some dodgy deeds, didn't we? What we talked about earlier. Yeah. And then we find out what these dirty tactics were. So it's like child abduction, taking the wife's dodgy, and killing peasants, and just acts of barbarity into it. And then we find out that all these people don't like that at all. So they come and say, "You're a tyrant. Not interested. Thank you very much.
You're mad, mate. See you later.
Good night. Good night. Enjoy your pillows."
All 15 of them, mate. But then you get this scene with Jason and Rhaenyra and like having this sort of like a discussion, isn't it? Really, a bit of an argument at the start. And obviously he's like, "Look, I want to help, blah blah." And they're in a bit of a proper chat, aren't they, mate? About what they could do, and we've got some.
So this scene, we know Rhaenyra's got dragons, but she's not got enough of them, and the biggest dragon she had, Meleris, is now gone. Her head was being paraded through King's Landing. So, but you know that scene with against Vhagar, Meleris against Vhagar. There's theories that she could have killed Vhagar because she's quicker and she's more used to war, more experienced in war. But the fact that idiot came along, Aegon. So it's like a 2-on-1 battle on it.
Oh, she would have won, mate, 100%. Because that dragon she had, you even saw it when they was properly fighting. It was going for like it knew what it was doing, like where it was going, and it was proper going for all the kill shots, wasn't it?
And it injured him as well.
Because that other one, that Vhagar, he's massive, and that's the only reason he's powerful though. But he's got loads of battle scars, so he's obviously he's not got the battle IQ. Do you know what I mean? But then again, that comes down to the rider, I suppose, in a sense as well. Because obviously he's always got young riders, so.
But we find out that obviously Rhaenyra's dragon, Syrax, we find out that's quick as well. So maybe that is, get a couple of them, maybe get like Daemon's
that's the key.
And Rhaenyra's dragons together to take Vhagar down. That could be the answer. Anyway, we find out that they've got 2 dragons below them. There's a Dragonstone in it, so there's dragons there.
Mad for him.
Vemothor and Silverwing. Obviously, they haven't got riders. So then Jace suggests that to look for riders within their bloodline. People have married into the family. Then the blood might be a bit thinner. There could be a way. And then they start do some research, don't they, into it. And that's where the episode ends. But I'll be looking into this a bit.
It should progress nicely for the next episode, this should.
Yeah, so I've been looking into this a bit. Some of the characters in the show already that have been shown could be potential dragon riders. So we've got Hugh Hammer, which is the blacksmith, who we've seen a lot of.
Mate, he'd be sick, he would, mate.
But yeah, because of the colour of his hair and stuff, he apparently is like a relation to the crown. To Targaryens.
Yeah.
And also, remember that guy in the brothel? The guy who was
proper like, I'm related to the king, and then he comes in and it's like, hi sir.
That guy, he's called Hugh the White, I think, or something like that. He's apparently another potential. So, but that guy, Hugh Hammer, imagine him on a dragon with a hammer.
The thing is, the guy in the bar, I don't like him because I feel like he's a bit of an egomaniac sort of character, isn't he? But the blacksmith, he's like a proper genuine like person. And I think he'd be good. He'd be good on a dragon, I think.
Because I remember early in the season, that Hugh Hammer guy, the blacksmith, was asking for money, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
From Aegon, saying, "Listen, we've done all these like scorpion missile things. Can we get paid for it? Because we're losing money here." But also in this episode, he got a sick kid, hasn't he? So that's what he's bothered about. A sick kid. To try and leave the town, that's when you get that "I want meat" kind of thing. So he's fuming at the moment. His daughter's sick, and he wants money, he wants food, he wants to get out, kind of thing. So
understandable though, isn't it? Understandable.
Well, yeah, I'm really enjoying the show. What I do is I watch the episode and I look into some of the back stuff in it, some of the background stuff, and kind of get a bit more out of it. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's been good.
It's very good, mate. I actually have enjoyed this season more than the first one, I think, so far. To be honest with you, it has been very good.
But I'm intrigued to see where Damon goes as well. With obviously because he's lost all the Riverlands now have turned against him because his silliness. So where's he going to get his army now? We'll see. Damon is sick now.
He's mad.
Sick character.
He's mad, isn't he?
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've not got any theories so far for that. Whether he teams up with somebody else, I don't know. So, only time will tell.
You want to go on to the news section?
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Shit that's coming out, mate. STCO, innit?
That's all. Do you want to start?
I've got no news, mate. All I know is that the first instalment of Demon Slayer Infinity Castle hasn't been announced yet. However, there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of rumour online that it's going to obviously come out next year. There's a lot of people saying that they was hoping for obviously to come out later this year, but I think it is more likely to come out sort of like next year, early next year, and then the second installments to come out later next year. So we might potentially get 2 of the Infinity Castle movies next year. But again, that's just a rumor I've seen. But hopefully that is true because I need to watch that, mate. I need it to come out now. Also, JJK season 3 is getting a trailer soon. A trailer dropping for season 3 of JJK apparently. So we're going to get a little bit of something into that, which will be a very good. Martin's getting up to date on that now. So boy.
So I've got some news, some gaming news as well. Obviously, Cobra Kai's dropping this week. First part of season 6 at 5 episodes. There's also been a 16-bit side-scrolling beat-em-up, Karate Kid, announced for PC and consoles. Set in the 80s, you control characters like Daniel Russo and Mr. Miyagi. Obviously going around battering foes and whooping their asses. And can you imagine playing Mr. Miyagi? Whew. Legend, R.I.P.
Sick guy.
He's the only character you're going to pick on the game, isn't it? It's just sick, mate. You'll batter everyone. We also have Deadpool and Wolverine film dropping in cinemas next week. Xbox have released a Deadpool controller. That looks sick. And also, the best part
it's very cheeky.
Yeah, the best part of it is definitely Deadpool. The best part of it on the back of the controller is some butt cheeks. Deadpool always trolling.
Can't confirm on how comfortable that controller is, or how you even charge it, or where the battery pack goes, or whatever. I don't know, but
yeah, it's just also obviously with boys finishing next week. I was just going to mention that we're going to look into that new show.
Yeah,
those are about to die series set in ancient Rome.
It's like a gladiator type show.
Yeah, it's like Gladiator Rome / Spartacus, getting vibes like that from the show. Got cast actors like Anthony Hopkins, legend.
Absolute legend, mate.
So I imagine the show's going to be full of gore. It's going to be betrayal, death, action. So it sounds good. Sign me up.
Well, it's got the guy from, speaking of House of Dragons, he was one of the characters in House of Dragons, wasn't he? He was the other half of Battle of the Bastards. I can't remember what his real name is, though. But he was also in Iwan Rheon or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Iwan Rheon.
He played Ramsay Bolton.
Ramsay Bolton, that's it, yeah. And he was also Simon Bellamy in the UK show Misfits. If anyone watched that, that was a good show. But he's one of the leading characters in that. I have got a little bit of gaming news, actually. I mentioned it on one of the earlier podcasts that there's a Quiet Place game coming out, A Road Ahead.
Yeah.
Or The Road Ahead, I think it's called. IGN today have released a 10-minute exclusive gameplay video. So we can actually see the actual footage of the game, or at least the first 10 minutes of the game through that, which I've not watched myself yet, but go check it out if you're interested, because I'm hoping it's going to be a good game. So
yeah, I mean the fact that you've got asthma as well. That really puts...
on the UI, there's like a picture of lungs in the top corner. So I bet you've got like an energy sort of level. And if it gets worse and worse, depending on your environment, it'd be cool if like you went into like a dustier environment type thing, that your lungs got filled with like dust and you had to like slow down or something. So they've put hopefully put some serious thought into it. So I'll be watching that later on.
Yeah. And that's it, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Bit of a short one today compared to normal, but we haven't had a tier list or anything this time. But yeah, I think we're just getting a little bit smoother as well at talking, to be fair. So speeding it up a little bit. So
always good.
But yeah, number 16. So that's literally like 5 months nearly.
Yeah.
12, 16, 4 months. 4 months worth of podcast, yeah. It's sick, man.
Well, we're going to stress it again. Join our Discord, join our YouTube, join the TikTok.
Get on TikTok, Instagram, because running TikTok is stressing me out. Get on there, like every single video 32 times. I need every single person that listens to this right now to make 12 to 34 accounts and like every single one of our videos. I need at least 10,000 views on every video, please.
And that is what you call brainwashing from Ian, aka Relic. But yeah, join our Discord, chat to us on there. We just want to speak to you. We want to talk to you. We want to know what you love anime-wise, gaming-wise, TV show-wise, what your thoughts are on the Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, and the shows we've been watching. So, yeah, join us.
Yeah, we're loving it. We're loving it, and we love you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you next week, guys and girls.
Bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.